Hey, what's up? This is Jason Drone. Welcome to today's GSD Daily, today's presentation. This is episode number 113. We're going to talk about the 4 levels of buyer engagement. Now, what I'm about to share with you is so important in understanding how people are buying from you. So much of the work we do is sales funnels, it's traffic, lead generation, buyer engagement, all of those things, all the things that get people from over here where they're just visiting a website to over here where they're buying something from you. And preferably they're buying a lot of some things from you. So the transformation that has to happen for them to go from cold, which is prospect, they're just on your website, clicking around, doing whatever, and then turning them into buyer is an art. And the whole art really stems in understanding the 4 buyer stages. So going from cold to hot being a buyer. So today we are going to walk through a little process map. So let me just make this a little bit bigger. So here, let's see. I think I can do this. And then if I make this wider, I think you can still see it okay. Yeah, so we're good here. Okay, cool. So basically, we have our 4 levels of engagement. So up top here, we have level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4. So level 1 is your just somebody who was searching around on Google. They landed on your website. They're reading a blog post. They've taken no real commitment with your website, with your stuff, with your content, with your products, your brands, your whatever. They've taken no real commitment. So basically they just clicked a link, they landed somewhere. It might have been a blog post. They might have watched a video. So they engaged with something, but it was a very loose engagement. It was a very light engagement. They didn't click a button and subscribe to anything. They didn't opt in anywhere. They just showed up. So that is your level 1 engagement. Level 2 is when they opt in for something. Level 3 is when they move to a desire phase. So they're basically sold something. And then level 4 is when they actually purchase. So we're just going to walk through each of these steps. So on the level 1 side, basically you have, like, from a cold traffic standpoint, we have, let's see. So if we go here, yep. So we have our Facebook videos. We have Facebook ads. We have content that is up in Google. We have all of the things that, attract people. So they grow the awareness of the brand. So it is, content they consume. It is strategies and tips. It is, just videos that we do. Like we do video views campaigns, and anybody who watches more than 10 seconds or 10 seconds or 15 seconds or 25% or more. Anybody who watches a video, they are then put into another campaign. So that level 1 is really, they clicked, they showed up, they did nothing. They just consumed, and hopefully they consumed and had some value for the time that they spent in consuming. Now, from there, the next level, level 2, is where they actually click something. So they go through and they click over to, let's see, they click and go over to a landing page or a report or webinar registration page. So they are a little bit deeper in our sales funnel. Basically, there was something that identified them as a good fit for us. They saw a retargeted ad and they clicked over. They saw a banner ad in a sidebar. They clicked over. They saw a link inside of a blog post and they clicked over to the landing page. So this is our level 2. Somebody who took an action on our behalf. They engaged with the brand, they engaged with the company, the website, the whatever. They engaged at some level. Now, it isn't the engagement that we actually care about. They didn't opt in yet, but they did do something. They might have watched a video. And it's one of the things, like, so many people, they think that just turning on ads means sales, when there's about 13 steps in between. So you turn on ads and then the ad has to get a click. And the click has to get somebody to consume. And then that has to get somebody to enter their email address. And then there they have to go to a confirmation page and buy, or they have to opt into a webinar, then attend the webinar, then see the call to action, then click on the call to action, and then actually fill out the sales page or fill out the strategy session form or whatever. But there's so many steps that have to take place from where somebody learns about you to ultimately where they buy. So that is really what this life cycle is. So they learn about you in level 1. They grow in their interest at level 2. They decide if they want to opt in for that report. They decide if they want to sign up for that webinar. And once they do, they then move to level 3, which is an opt-in. It's an email address that is in your CRM, and now you are able to market to them. Now, a loose opt-in is they subscribe to your YouTube channel. They follow you on Facebook. They like a Facebook page, whatever. But the email address is really kind of that primary marketing metric that we're looking for, and that is an email lead. It's not a fully qualified lead, it's just an email lead. So at that point, then they are consuming whatever is on your thank you page. So there's lots of ways to work with a thank you page. You can, usually there's a video on it, a confirmation page. There is a self-liquidating offer. So it might be something you're selling for $27 or $47 or $7 or $5 or whatever. And its only purpose is to pay for the traffic that you just sent. Because without that, then you're going to be in the hole until somebody, buys something down the road. So that might be okay for your business model. It might not be, but we want to liquidate that as quickly as possible. Now from there, so from the confirmation page, you can have a free trial, a trial of a membership site. You can invite them to a webinar. There's lots of things you can do at this point, but turning this into some sort of a transactional sale is important. Then from the confirmation page, the people who buy, those are your level 4 buyers. Those are the people who they go in, they hit the order form, and they pull out their credit card and they buy. So there, it might be that this level 1 to level 4, it might be that this process takes minutes. It might take hours. It might take days. It might take weeks. It might take years. It just depends on how quickly they're some people, it can be the same funnel and you have sales coming out of it first day. And then that same funnel, you have sales coming out of it in 30 days. So you have 6% of people buy immediately. And then you have 2 or 3% who buy because of an autoresponder sequence, or something happens and they remember, oh, wait, there was this ebook or this video course or whatever that I saw that I wanted, blah, blah, blah. But managing this process is what is the difference between doing really, really well with your website and not. Now, for those of you who are marketing nerds like us, you found out that we actually went through the process, which is called AIDA. A is awareness, I is interest, D is desire, and A is action. So this is, I think it's 132 years old or something like that. I looked it up at some point. It's like literally taught in every marketing book all across the planet. Forever. Like this is I remember learning it in college and thinking, wow, that is, not applicable at all anymore because we're moving online. Little did I know that it is completely applicable, and it is this is the process for everything online. Even like a Facebook ad campaign. Facebook ad campaigns are rarely do you move immediately to a landing page. Which is the I phase, the interest phase. Rarely do you move to a landing page for a cold traffic audience. It's rare that happens. Usually you have to build the brand a little bit. You have to raise some awareness of a core group of individuals. And then they see your first offer, which is a webinar registration page or a landing page. Then they opt in. Then they sit on that webinar and they, consider a purchase. They increase in their desire. Then they take action on your offer. So they walk through this process, sometimes very quick, sometimes very slow. But the process is always the same. So podcasts, content marketing, Facebook live streams, all of this stuff, the goal is not to sell shit. The goal is to grow the awareness so that down the line, we can sell shit. That's what all of these awareness mediums, basically bring up. So anymore, we have an awareness ad. It is usually a video ad. Usually anymore, it's the tall video ads, those social videos that I'm sure you've seen of us, and we do them for all of our clients. Then we go to an interest ad, which is a freebie. You know, it might be a lead magnet, might be a webinar. Then we go into the desire phase, which is like a VSL or a webinar or a long or short form sales video. And then of the people who take action and purchase something, those are our buyers. And everybody who doesn't take action, those people are entered into a retargeted audience or an email campaign or whatever. So basically, you know, the process is you create those main interest groups. They become aware, which puts them into the interest category. They opt in for something, which brings them into desire, and then they take action on your offer. And sometimes they take action, and then they go back to desire and take action again and go back to desire. And that's your lifetime customer value, is the person who is buying from you again and again and again because your products are really great, you know, because your customer service is really great, whatever. You know, every business has their own thing. But the people who are looping that action and desire, action, desire, that's a sustainable business. But think of like Apple. You know, you have Mac computers, and then you had iPod, then you had iPhone, then you had iPads. You know, so they're just looping customer desire. So, that's what I got for today. So I was just on a roll. So I don't know if any questions came in or anything. So it looks like we got a couple questions. Okay, cool. So Facebook video ads, how do they work for awareness? Okay, so the Facebook video ads, basically the goal of the video ads, and when we set up video ads for clients, like the goal is to expose a cold audience to your brand, to your message, to your business. You know, so what we're doing is anybody who watches more than 10 seconds of that video, we then put into a retargeted campaign, and then they see your lead magnet, your webinar ad, all of that stuff. So that's how the cycle starts. And then once it starts, it just feeds on itself, because then you're generating profit and revenue. You can dump money back into the awareness ads, and then it turns into a big flywheel, you know. So that's how it works. That's about it. If anybody has any questions or, you know, thoughts or, you know, anything, they want to jump on the phone with my team and I, go to doneforyou.com/start, fill out the little application, and then book a call with us, and we'll go through your business. We'll talk about traffic and your sales funnel, and, you know, how all of this applies to what you're doing. And if you have any questions, just go to doneforyou.com. There's a little chat box in the lower right-hand corner of the page. Just click that. We'll go from there. And I'll talk to you soon. All right. Thanks.